Visual impairments vary from one person to the next. Let's learn some techniques to make our sites more accessible to visitors that utilize screen readers. In the last video, we took a look at some techniques to assist users with color blindness and milder degrees of low vision. The considerations that we need to make for individuals with more severe vision loss and complete blindness are a bit different. As I mentioned in the introduction, you'll find that the techniques we use lead to more semantic markup. It will also lead to better usability for all users. Users with severe vision loss and blindness typically rely on screen reading software to help them use computers and interpret web pages. A screen reader is a piece of software that uses a synthesized computer voice to read what's on the screen. Some screen readers cost money, some are free, and some are even built into the operating system, like VoiceOver in Mac OS X. Experiencing web content this way might sound very straightforward at first. The screen reader is very useful for reading blocks of paragraph text, but consider how modern websites make liberal use of links, images, headers, multi-column layouts, tabular data, browser plugins, forms, JavaScript, and more. How can all of this be parsed by screen readers? Rather than concern ourselves with each of these problems individually, a good place to start is in plain HTML. An easy way to do this is to download the Web Developer Toolbar for the Firefox web browser. To get this add-on, just open up Firefox and visit https://addons.mozilla.org/firefox/addon/60, or just search for Web Developer Toolbar. Then just add the toolbar to Firefox. Once you've installed it, you can go up to the image menu here and disable all images. Then you can also disable CSS using the CSS menu, and you can even disable JavaScript. Now, the current Carsonified homepage does a pretty good job of being accessible. The navigation is a nice, semantic, unordered list, regardless of the fact that it's horizontal in the actual site design. Also, the fancy image-based text that says, "We love the web," uses an interesting technique, and I'll switch over to the markup here in Google Chrome so that you can see what's going on here. The image is actually using an image tag, which you can see right here, and it's not using a background image. The image tag has an alternate attribute, which you can see right here, and then an h1 tag wraps the entire image. This is valid HTML, and it's one way to get away with using image-based text for special visual effects while still remaining accessible. Another way to do this might be to create an h1 with the text inside of it, give the h1 an explicit height and width, and set the image file as the background on the h1. Then the text inside of the h1 can be hidden from normal users using the text indent CSS property. Going back to the original page, you'll notice that there's a bunch more image links here with text inside of them. If we look at the plain vanilla HTML page in Firefox, you can see that this is implemented as a very semantic list of links. So let's go ahead and jump back over into the code and look at this in more detail. As you can see here, this is an unordered list, and inside of each list item there is an image wrapped in an anchor tag. What I'd like to draw your attention to is the fact that the image has an alternate attribute. These alt attributes are typically required in order for image tags to validate. When screen reading software comes across an image with an alt attribute, the alt attribute is red. For images that mostly consist of text, like these ones, it's best to just put the text inside of the alt attribute. If an image is a picture of something, like a flag flying in the wind, you can give it a brief description, such as, "In the sky flies a red flag with a white cross." There are lots of other techniques for improving accessibility for screen readers, and we'll look at them in future videos. In the next video, we'll learn how to improve accessibility for users with hearing impairments.